Today, I'm attempting to hike Mount Sneffels, one of Colorado's most iconic 14ers. For those who don't know, a 14er is any mountain that rises above 14,000 feet in elevation. These peaks are known for offering some of the most breathtaking views, but they also bring big challenges like thin air, steep and technical trails, and unpredictable weather. Today's hike is extra meaningful because Mount Sneffels, sitting at 14,157 feet above sea level, will be my first 14er, and making it to the top will be a huge personal accomplishment. The day started at 5 a.m. at 9,500 feet elevation. I parked my car at the trailhead and set off for the day. Hiking alone in the dark always feels a little spooky, but it added to the adventure. The stillness of it all was so peaceful. The trail started off easy and straightforward, and as the sun began to rise, I finally caught a glimpse of the massive Mount Sneffels in the distance. It looked enormous, towering above everything around it. I couldn't help but wonder why I told myself I would do this, but deep down, I knew that this challenge would be worth it. Look at this. This is our first real view of Mount Sneffels right up here. This beautiful ridgeline back here, just covered in snow. Sun's coming up back here. Perfect morning to go snag a 14er. This is absolutely gorgeous. Let's keep going, baby. A few miles in, I passed some beautiful alpine lakes with deep blue water, properly named the Blue Lakes. I made sure to sit and take in the views for a few minutes before continuing up the mountain. About 4 miles into the hike here at this beautiful opening. There's Sneffels right up there. It truly doesn't feel real up here. I'm just stopping like every couple minutes and just staring at the mountains in awe. I feel like I say this about every hike I do, but this might be one of the most beautiful ones I've done. There's only one way to get here, and that's by your own 2 feet. Sneffels is right there. Only another 2,500 feet roughly. When I was first coming up here this morning, I could just see the silhouette of it in the dark, and it was intimidating. It just looked so massive and so far away. But as we progress forward, it's starting to feel a little bit more achievable. It's still freaking huge, but we're getting closer. Just a bit ago, I passed Upper Blue Lake. So that means we are starting the climb up to Blue Lake's Pass. From here, the hike got steeper. I could hear rocks tumbling from above, and that was my cue to put on my climbing helmet. The cold began to set in as I climbed higher. Snow started covering parts of the trail. I could feel the air getting thinner as my heart rate and breathing increased, but I kept pushing, knowing that the summit was getting closer. Then came the infamous Southwest Ridge, a narrow, exposed stretch with steep drop-offs on either side. All right, we made it to the top of Blue Lake's Pass. We're right at 13,000 feet. We've got 1,100 feet up to Sneffels right there. There's basically 2 ways to get up there. The more common way is you go up through this gully right here and then cut straight up. But I've heard that is very steep, a little sketchy. Or alternate route is we kind of just go right up the spine of this ridge right here. Less marked, there's not really a trail, it's gonna be more route finding, but I think it's less steep, less sketchy from what I hear. An important thing to note is I'm not dead set on getting to the summit. I would love to get to the summit, but my life doesn't depend on it. If I get up there, it feels sketchy. There's a lot of snow up here. If it gets icy, anything feels weird, I'll just come back down. My life is not worth the view. The views are epic up here already. So getting to the top is just a bonus. Thought that was an important thing to say, but I'm gonna eat a snack here real quick. I'm gonna also send Bree a satellite text message, let her know we made it up here before we start going up the summit, and just enjoy the views for a minute here. views from the ridge were beyond worth it. The higher I climbed, the more incredible the landscape became. Snow-capped peaks, wide valleys, and an endless sky. Nature at its finest. I had to stop every few minutes just so I could take it all in.
A 100 feet from the summit, we're right on the spine of the ridge. This definitely sketchiest hike I've done. I've been confident with every step. The real sketchy part about this is like, I'm literally just on this ridge right here. Drops on both sides, but just going slow, making sure the holds are strong, my feet are in a good spot. It's really not very slick, which is good. If it was raining or snowing or something, that'd be a different story, but 100 feet to go, let's go.
Finally, after 4 hours of climbing, I reached the summit, standing at 14,157 feet, looking out at the world below. It was an unforgettable moment. Mount Sneffels, my first 14er, was complete. A mix of relief, excitement, and accomplishment hit all at once.
All right, had a quick snack, enjoyed the views for a few minutes, and we're heading back down. Keep you updated on the way.
I opted to take the standard route down instead of the ridge that I had ascended earlier. Although the scree fields can be a bit unpredictable, this path was much more straightforward and less technical.
Going down's definitely faster, but a little more sketchy. A little bit more slippery on the way down. This way it definitely is easier, way less exposure. But I went this way on the way down. There's the ridge. We went up. All around me, you can just hear rocks crashing down off the walls. That's why we wear a helmet. You might look goofy. It might be extra weight to pack around, but man, all it takes is a little golf ball sized rock to take you out. All right, we are at Upper Blue Lake. I am refilling the water bottles here. This Solomon filter flask, so clutch. The filtered water into our other bottle. That way I can put electrolytes in this one. We're gonna throw in a pack of our switchback electrolytes. There we go. The best electrolytes in the world.
Once I was low enough to look back up at the summit, I was overwhelmed with a mix of accomplishment and gratitude for making it down safely. There was also a bit of disbelief that I had actually completed my first 14er. 6 hours after setting off at 5 a.m., I was back where I started.
13.48 miles, 5,486 feet of gain and loss. Just over 6 hours, 6 hours, 17 minutes. Great day, epic day. Mount Sneffels. What an adventure. I'm tired. That was a good push. Had some dicey sections at the top. Had some amazing views. The mountains out here are just unbelievable. Love when everything goes smoothly in the mountains. That's a big win. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video.